Welcome to Psychopinion Christmas Edition.
Yay!
I'm going to cue the jingle bell sounds right now. Okay, good. That was nice. So, what we're here talking about, first of all, is Christmas, because it's that time of year. So this is the Christmas special. Um, you know, and I was thinking, I was on Facebook, like a lot of us are, and some of the groups I'm in, they're talking about what is the best movies to watch during the holidays? What is the best movies to watch on a cold day when you're sitting inside and you have nowhere to go? So these are horror groups, so a lot of people were suggesting different things, and I kind of wanted to make that a little bit of a show. I wanted to, first of all, I'm gonna at some point here share with you my top three um, greatest Christmas horror movies of this year, and I'll explain why I say of this year. But also, we're going to be talking about some movies just for those cold days where you're sitting inside, you just want to watch a good horror movie. So first off, I'm going to start by saying that we did have a little Psychopinion Christmas party, and that was nice. We all got together and had a little movie watching get together, I guess. And I will say we watched two movies this year that we had never seen. All the whole gang, Liza and Rob and Steve and Jen were all here, and those two movies were probably the worst Christmas horror movies ever. So,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna really kind of focus the most on the two movies are Better Watch Out and It's a Wonderful Knife. And the first thing I want to say here about this, and I feel like this is very important and the people need to know, is that I am a Justin Long fan. I've said that so many times on this show. Dude's like the Prince of Horror. I love that man. And if like you're probably gonna be like, man, at some point in your life, you're gonna be like, I want to watch that movie. Why? Because you saw that Justin Long was in it, and you love Justin Long like I do. And it is so disappointing, and it's such a sack of shit. They literally pull the shit out of it. Like Santa Claus got the bag with the toys, and he pulls out a sack of like a piece of shit, and it's that movie. That's what I
Every
felt
time
like.
I see Justin Long on like a cover of a horror movie, I just think to myself, "Wow, he is not going to end up well. He always dies or gets mutilated in the
Well,
end." So
I mean, with
But I still love him. I think he's great. I mean,
A
he's
Wonderful Knife was true to form. He dies in the first scene practically,
Yeah.
but then does he? So
does
yes,
he?
Yeah.
that movie was overtly garbage, but it was entertaining garbage. Like I'm glad I watched
There
it.
was some entertaining parts, yeah.
I mean, what are you expecting, right? I mean, you're not. It was stupid. It was over the top. It was. I mean, I think the best part was him wearing like pure white robes and garments that just massacring people, blood splattering everywhere, and then he's got his Clorox bleached outfit unscathed and completely clean.
Yeah, that one
Was
scene,
pretty
there
comical.
was like no blood spray on that one scene. There was later. There's a scene
Hmm.
where there is blood spray on the white garment. But that one scene, I was like, where is the blood spray? That's
Yeah,
like the
you did say
perfect
that.
outfit for that.
Jenna's gonna point that out because she's all about the gore and blood spray.
I love blood spray.
But Justin Long plays like this weird character. And he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what he's got going on. He's like a weird, like he's kind of almost like a Southern Michael Jackson or something going on. I don't know what. It was weird.
Well,
Wasn't good.
let me say to compare him to somebody that me and Rob compared him to when we were watching it. So if anybody has ever seen the Righteous Gemstones, the show, okay, you
No,
have, okay.
Hmm.
no
So
idea.
I love that show. And it did remind me and Rob of Baby Billy.
She sat down to do her bathroom visits just like, Tiff just plopped down like a little old turd, just right down in the bowl. Big eyes like this.
But it wasn't a turd, it was me.
That was you. Would you look at that?
Yeah, he kind of had
Okay.
like that whole like an evangelical like kind of preacher vibe kind of going on. He's
Right,
supposed to be like
Yeah,
a politician, I guess, because he's what, the
yeah,
mayor.
yeah.
right.
But it kind of gave me evangelical vibes.
Well,
That
I don't know if
like
they gave him
very
like
white
false
teeth.
teeth or something, but it looked
Had to have
like
been.
his teeth were bigger. His accent was
Yes.
terrible. It
Yes.
was he reminded me like a used car salesman
Yes.
in Alabama or something, you know, like off the side street or something. He
Which is
just
weird because they were like in Alaska or something. I mean,
yeah.
did we even figure out where they were? Like they were in
I don't even know. I
Colorado or
don't think it
something.
even matters where they
It doesn't
were,
No.
matter. It doesn't matter.
but
Somewhere where it
I
snows.
I did kind of like the costume a little bit. It gave me a little bit of like uh, a yin to like Ghostface's yang.
Mhm.
You know, like
Yeah.
it was like the polar opposite of like Ghostface with the black.
Maybe they'll make a Scream Christmas and it'll be the yin and yang. I mean,
It's
It,
possible. Like I could see
it's
those
supposed.
two.
Go ahead.
No, I mean that's what I thought originally, and I guess it was
Yeah.
supposed to be like an angel.
An
Was that it?
angel. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if I saw that, but
I
most
didn't really
interest,
see that exactly either, but I heard somebody mention it in the movie that it was supposed to be like an angel, but whatever.
most interesting thing about the whole movie is that it was kind of a cool concept or idea of like what would a wonderful life be like if it was a horror movie.
Mhm.
hmm
But then everything after that absolutely failed.
Pretty good
Like somebody
concept.
said that and everybody was like, "That's a great idea," and then it just went downhill.
then they
the
made a
whole-
movie
Yeah.
about it. That's
Yeah, it
where
was
they
really
went wrong.
bad. It was terrible. So I'm not gonna waste any more breath on that one. It was just bad. Better watch out. I barely remember.
You slept
I mean,
through it.
well, I slept through some of it because it was terrible. I don't even I don't even know what to say about it. It just wasn't
Your
good.
dog enjoyed it. He was jumping all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
That
Well, the
that
dog-
one caught me by surprise a little bit because it did take. I mean, that kid looked like he was 12, and he was some criminal mastermind that had planned this whole thing to like exercise all of his inner demons. That
Luke? Lucas, what are you doing?
Oh, you what?
No, you are way too young to be drinking. Give me that.
Oh, this.
Yes, that. Give it to me. Lucas, stop. What has gotten into you?
One time me and Garrett drank a whole bottle. He puked so bad. He can't hold his liquor like me.
Wow, I'm super impressed. Okay, now give it.
I guess some kids probably do have. You know, the kids that tie a cat up to a tree and beat it or something. You know, like those. Just, I mean, there are kids like
Did you
that.
just say that all kids do? Or
No.
What'd you just say?
Only
I don't.
Want to put her in the mood? Watch a horror movie.
Dude, she's like twice our age. I really don't think it's gonna happen.
She's here.
You are breathtaking.
Thank you. Now, don't stay up and watch scary movies, okay? It'll give you nightmares again.
So what do you want to do?
I don't even know what I said.
serial killers.
Man, people.
But
people
some
don't
kids
do
are
that.
like that.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
What?
Don't do that. What?
No. Some
Okay.
I have I won't name names, but I have known younger kids when I was younger that
When I
were
edit this, I'm gonna
pretty
go back
twisted.
and hear what you said. And
Ricky, why can't you just leave me alone?
He's such a jerk.
Don't hang up on me. What was that?
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Get away from the window.
There's someone there.
Ashley! Are you hiding? I'll find you.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
I'm gonna.
Are
Okay.
And
these
remind me
people
what
in
I said
jail
because I don't
now?
even know if I said what I was thinking.
Are these
Okay.
people in jail now that you knew?
I don't know.
Probably.
Steve apparently was hanging cats from trees or something. I mean,
No, I was not. But
all kids think that way. You know.
you're funny. But no, but
didn't say
I
it, you did.
I knew kids like that. Like I knew kids that were like borderline
Psychotic.
weird, psychotic that would do stuff like that or would try to push the envelope with what they could get away with.
This is exciting.
What are you doing, man? Please let me out of this.
You're fucking home alone again? Lighten the fuck up.
Obviously,
What kind of
this
people are
kid,
you hanging out with?
dude,
I never had that experience. Like,
my
what kind of
childhood
people are you hanging
consisted
with?
of going to school, coming home, throwing rocks, climbing trees, playing
Throwing rocks.
flashlight
Obviously,
tag.
throwing rocks at animals and
Yeah, no,
climbing
not at
trees to
animals,
hang them
but
from it.
Windows?
Like,
there was
yeah,
not a
like,
windows. That's right.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot to do.
Why can't exes just go away?
But not to
obviously.
say that that's what I did, but I'm just saying that I heard stories about some people that I grew up with that
Oh, man.
did some real not cool stuff.
I'm gonna name this episode a serial killer
I need to
confession
go bug
because
that
I feel like we just came across something. Steve is
Not
gonna
quite.
be that dude who's like the straight and narrow, worked like the same job for 20 years and like has the family and the nice house and everything. Dude's killing people on the low. Why? Because he started off by hanging cats with trees when he was a kid.
No.
I'm telling you, man.
All right.
I just came up with a whole
So,
theory. I
and
just blew
cut.
up the
Let's
spot.
start this episode over.
I
Go
just
out
blew up the
just like
spot.
that. What the heck?
Turns out for Christmas we got information that Steve is a serial killer.
I have
No.
3 wonderful cats in my house that I love. Not as much as my dogs, but
Yeah.
I have no problem with cats, nor have I, nor were any cats harmed during the filming of
Thank
this
goodness.
or
After.
before or after. That's right.
Okay.
Thanks,
Yeah, we'll
Liz.
see. We'll see. Okay. Anyway, well, yeah, you graduated from cats probably when you were like 9. And moved on to,
All right, Santa Claus, what do you got in the bag there? Let's go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you want to change the subject. I know.
I do.
All right. So anyway, that movie wasn't bad in comparison to the first one. Like it was like it probably would have been a lot worse if we didn't watch a worse movie first. I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's one of those ones where it's like, man, if your expectations are at 0, like it's still not great,
Here's
but
a
it's better
1.
than, yeah. It's anyway.
Yeah.
So let's move on from that. So I will go out and say that I'm gonna get to my Christmas movies here, but I want to start with the cold movies. So, I do have quite a collection of movies for whatever reason that have to do with cold weather. And I think that probably if I had to sit here right off the top of my head and say 2 of my favorites, I'm probably going to go with Storm of the Century.
Come in, boys. Don't do that, Constable Anderson, unless you want to watch this woman burn her face off. Shall we watch it burn?
Because we all know I have a thing for Stephen King. And then I'm probably going to go to the movie Frozen. And I'm not talking about Anna and Elsa, but it's a movie about people on a ski lift who get stuck out.
I've heard of that one.
I haven't seen
And
that one.
it's basically they're hanging out on a ski lift and they get stuck out there and they're trying to figure out how to survive. The place is going to be shut down for like a week or whatever. And it's freezing up there and it's snowing. And it's a couple and the guy's best friend. I think it's a pretty interesting movie.
It's Sunday, and they're not open again till Friday.
If we're up here all week, we're gonna die.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I don't want to die of it. Help!
Are they stuck on a ski
Third
lift
wheeling.
the entire movie?
Yes, the whole movie, basically,
Oh.
except for the first like 5 or 10 minutes, takes place on a ski lift.
Did they want to build a snowman?
Ah.
I'm sure they would have rather done anything than being stuck on that ski lift. But
That's gotta be.
there's movies like that, and it's kind of like what is that? Fallen? Is it Fall? The one about the girls that climb up the giant tower that has nothing to do with
Fall, yeah.
Fall. That has nothing
Yeah.
to do with cold weather or anything, but it's interesting that a movie can have literally 2 to 3 people in it, and you can be entertained the whole way through just by them trying to figure out something simple like how to get out of a situation they're in.
Yeah,
Phone
I
booth.
also really like that movie.
That was the one that I couldn't believe was 2 hours long.
What's that?
Phone booth.
Oh,
Phone booth back in the day. Liz, what was the movie that you had mentioned? I watched it with you, the one where they all gathered together at like that. It wasn't a cabin, but it was more like a lodge or something.
Are you talking about the movie The Lodge?
There you go, The Lodge.
That was gonna be
I've
my
seen
one
that.
and only Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
or
that
cold movie.
That was
Yeah.
really
No,
good.
it was a Christmas movie.
Was it Christmas? I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Christmas.
Is it a
was
Christmas movie like it is a Christmas movie, or is it not a Christmas movie, but it is a Christmas movie like Die Hard?
It's
No, like it's actually Christmas because they go to the lodge for
movie.
Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll buy that.
So-
I'll buy that.
So, how would you feel about going to the mountains for Christmas with Grace?
And I think it's the best Christmas movie. No, I've only seen one.
Why? Why? Why do you think it's the best Christmas movie?
Because she's only seen one.
Because here's the thing. I think it's actually an incredible psychological horror because it's kind of demented in the fact that they make this. Wait, am I allowed to spoil this?
Yeah, spoil it away.
It's kind of demented. The kids make her think that she's dead, and she's like a past cult survivor, too, or something like a religious cult. It's a really good movie.
Did you do that?
We didn't do anything.
We're leaving.
What are you talking about? Look outside. We're stuck here.
Please help me. It's okay. Trust me. You have nothing to be scared about.
Alright, I'm kind of digging that.
I have a question for you since you've seen it and you're a big fan. I've also seen it, and I was like, how did these kids go so elaborate? Because they went like an elaborate plan to make
You
her
ever seen
think that
Home
she
Alone?
was dead. It was not a booby trap situation exactly.
Oh, but still elaborate.
But it was a little bit more elaborate than I would have thought that kids that age would have been able to have done, especially, I don't know, like around the holidays and it's snowing a lot and stuff. Like, I just thought it was like a little bit far-fetched. I still liked the movie, don't get me wrong. I liked the movie. But I did think my only criticism was that it was a little bit far-fetched about how like they tricked her.
How psychotic are these 13 to like 8-year-old kids to do that to their stepmom, who they hated, but not something you do to someone you hate, you know?
I don't know.
It's
Call
messed
me
up. That movie's pretty messed up.
call me crazy, but I'm intrigued. How about you, Steve? Are you intrigued? It sounds interesting to me.
Well, I've seen it, so.
I didn't think you did see it. I thought it was okay. All right. Well,
Hey, Liz, remember that movie you and I watched? It took place in a lodge.
Did you say
Yeah. Maybe
Okay, 'cause
that
I'm
thing,
confused
that
about some
Santa
things you're
hat's a
saying
little
here.
tight around the ears. Well, because the one thing I will say about movies that I like and movies that I watch and don't really care too much about is the movies that I don't get like caught up in. I don't remember hardly anything. It's almost like it just goes in one ear and out the other type of thing. Like
Forgettable.
sometimes a week afterwards, I'm like, I'll sit down. Hey, Liz, you want to watch this movie? It looks good. It got good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. We watched that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Really? Like, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we did. I'll watch the first scene of it, and I was like, oh yeah, I did watch this. I didn't like it.
Don't
So-
listen to him, it's very good.
I don't remember much about it. I remember there was a lodge.
You didn't like it? I thought it was pretty good.
Steve like long legs.
Yeah, I need to watch that again to see if it was as bad as you guys are telling me it was.
It disappointed me very much because I thought it was gonna be like dark, gritty, absolutely like creepy. But it wasn't as bad as I thought. Like bad as in like scary.
Terrible. Jen, do you have a winter or frozen favorite?
I mean, I do, but one of the Christmas movies that I watch the most around Christmas is not exactly a horror movie. It has a little bit of horror elements. But Scrooged.
That bitch hit me with a toaster. Oh, I love a girl in spirit. Right. Oh, this is nice. Where are we, Trump Tower? Whew, seen a little bit of the city. Hey! Hey, down here! Hey, down here! Hey, yo! Hey, Jersey, call streets and sanitation? Wow, thanks for the shot. Hey! Hey! Oh, I'm having the weirdest day! Come! Hey, come! Help me, please!
With Bill Murray.
Scrooged.
I love that movie.
I would say that has horror elements because I watched that when I was a kid, and there was a couple parts that kind of creeped me out.
Well, there are, yeah. Like,
yeah.
Ghost of Christmas Past. No, I'm sorry, Ghost of Christmas Future. He was pretty creepy. You know, skeleton, and then you open up the robes and yeah. But I absolutely love that movie, and that is the one that I think I watch probably the most often around Christmas. Not exactly horror.
That's the thing.
I didn't think I was going to talk about it during this episode, but yeah.
Like around Christmas time, and maybe it's just because growing up, I was always around like my grandparents and family and stuff during the holidays. So I wasn't watching too many horror movies around the holidays. It was always the same old stuff.
Christmas Story.
I mean, don't
Yeah,
get me wrong,
but I mean,
guys.
not even so much that, like more along the lines of like Home Alone and those types of movies. But the one that I've always, and it's not horror, but when it comes to watching a Christmas type movie, that is one of my favorites. It's a comedy, and that's Groundhog Day. That's like one of my favorite movies.
Movie. I love
Yeah.
Bill Murray, so yeah.
I mean, that's the type of stuff I like to watch around Christmas because it makes me feel more Christmassy, not stabbing a knife into the back of somebody's skull.
My Groundhog Day episode, so thanks for that.
Yeah,
We
well,
have
I
this
was
whole
just
big Groundhog Day episode planned.
sweet. Now we're ready to go.
No, we can't. We already discussed it. It's over.
I got the precursor,
We
so now you can.
didn't really discuss it, but
Well, don't
Yeah,
get me
I
wrong,
said,
though.
I said the word. That's it.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that, I invite like my family over and we all sit down and watch Violent Night or something. I mean, I watch,
pretty good film.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I watch it like 5 times every Christmas season. I mean, I've got a stack of Christmas movies this big that are non-horror. I've also got a stack of Christmas movies that big that are horror.
Yeah.
But that's just me. And Jesus. So without we can keep going on with our discussion, but I did want to share my top 3 Christmas horror movies. And I'm going to say that it's of this year because sometimes they change and sometimes. So Christmas horror movies, like a lot of horror movies, actually, there's not a whole lot of. It's like Thanksgiving. There's like realistically like 3 Thanksgiving horror movies like ever made. Probably a lot more than that if you get into the really, really cheesy crap. Like the Attack of the Killer Turkey or whatever the hell it is Rob was talking about that one time.
Thanksgiving, I think. Is that?
Yeah, Thanksgiving and all that crap. I mean, that's not
that
really
was
my.
pretty crazy, yeah.
That's not really my
Thanksgiving.
gig. That's not really my gig. So, to find good movies, I don't really try to like watch every single one every year because, I try to, sort of treat myself, if you will. But I will personally say that going 3-1 here, I was very, very surprised this year. For the very first time, I watched The Mean One.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Can't see it. There's a very.
Blair.
That's pretty good. That's
There
good.
it is.
Right.
There it is. The Mean One.
Is that a Grinch,
Grinch.
horror movie?
Yeah, so it's a Grinch horror movie.
That's very funny.
They can't say the Grinch, but they have really fun ways to go around it.
Ah.
So, I had zero expectations going into that movie. I was actually a little weary about it, and I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. I actually thought it was really good. There's some things I didn't like about it, but I was very surprised. And to me, one of the best things is that I was watching the movie, and about a third of the way through, the way that the Grinch character moved, I was like, I know that guy, and I was absolutely right. It was David Howard Thornton who plays Art the Clown. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah, a lot of his mannerisms are the same. A lot of the mannerisms are the same. And I'm telling you, man, that guy is great. Like, he really plays those characters very well. I enjoyed the Mean One. I thought it was really cool. It was a really cool take on the Grinch. It was fun.
Is it darker?
It's definitely darker. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Grinch is just like this Christmas-hating monster, basically, but he looks like an evil Grinch. And I mean, it's really cool. I like how they. I was almost like, when I watched it, I had some questions before I watch a movie sometimes, like, I'm like, how are they going to make this character work in a world of normal people? Like, how are they going to explain this creature that's not human? And quite honestly, like, they I really don't even I feel like everything was fine. I really don't feel like I left that movie, like, wanting to know anything further. I felt like I really enjoyed that movie. So I'm going to say, like, that's what I would recommend for people to watch, because I just watched it for the first time and I thought it was great. That's number 3. Number 2, I don't know if you've ever seen it, and if you have, then you probably also understand it's a great movie. Let's get a Christmas Horror Story.
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen the Mean One either. I haven't seen either of these.
We should have watched these at our Christmas party, because they're both good.
Vile enemy of Christmas.
So
that one actually got 83 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Did it?
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
What did the Mean One get?
Yeah, what did the Mean
23.
Yeah.
Oh, that's garbage. They're sleeping on a Mean One. The Mean One is a good, like, look, I'm telling you this though, like, it is one of those movies, go into it not expecting anything. Like, it's
like,
if you're
low
sitting here,
expectations.
yeah, low expectations.
And then it might
like,
actually go up just like a smidge.
I thought it was really fun. I thought it was a really fun movie.
I don't know.
I thought it was
going
to be corny. I thought it was going to suck. I enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to add it to my Christmas horror repertoire. But moving on to A Christmas Horror Story, I watch this one every year. It's great. It's so interesting. It's got some really good, like, William Shatner plays like a radio DJ in it. That movie is like,
Gotta watch it just for that.
I'm going to tell you right now, and I don't want to ruin this, and normally I don't care about ruining this, but there's a really great twist to this movie that is so fun. You might kind of see it coming, but when you see it come to fruition, it's really fun. It's really good. I mean, I would definitely recommend that as well, and so would Rotten Tomatoes. And then
Rotten Tomatoes would be 83.
83. That's a good score. I mean, that was better. That's right up there with Smile 2. I mean, you're only 3 points off. And then the final one, which this one has held my number 1 now for quite a few years, and I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. It is Krampus.
Yes, agreed.
And Krampus is probably the most fun horror Christmas movie I have ever seen.
Wait, well, that's Krampus Unleashed.
I was going to say 8% is pretty bad. Okay,
66. I guess there's Krampus Unleashed is not worth the paper it printed its label on.
There is more than one Krampus movie, so make sure you're looking at the right one.
Yeah, there's probably like
Krampus?
there's a few Krampus movies. There's at least, and there's even a Krampus Part 2, which actually I don't think has anything to do with Krampus. But we're talking about the actual Krampus that just came. What year did this come out, Steve?
2015.
2000.
Yeah.
2015. Hour and 38 minutes long.
An hour and 38 minutes of your life that you will not wish to have back.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. With the kids jingle bells.
Merry Christmas!
Looks like Martha Stewart threw up in here.
This is delicious, honey.
A little dry.
Well, mine's delicious.
Mine's dry.
Do you want to trade?
It's on Peacock,
It's good.
Mac,
Krampus is great.
YouTube, Hulu. It's all over the place.
And I feel like if you're a horror fan, Krampus will probably become like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or A Christmas Story or whatever it is that you watch every year because it's just such a fun horror Christmas movie.
Yeah, that one's also on my list of favorite horror Christmas movies. The only thing I distinctly remember going to theaters to see that movie with a group of friends, and we came out of the theater and they were like, "How did you like it?" And I was like, I really liked that movie. I loved everything about it except for like one part.
Oh God.
And that part, of course, had to do with bad CGI.
So which bad CGI are you talking about with this one? Because there's a couple parts that are a little questionable. Are you talking about the Jack in the Box?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I liked the Jack in the Box. I liked
Okay.
all the toys that they show, like in the attic in that scene. I liked all of that very, very much. But the gingerbread man, actually, they
What?
didn't do that part very well.
We should have gone to my brother's.
they
It
were
looked
fun.
too cartoonish, too fake looking. Everything else looked kind of real, more realistic. But that gingerbread man made me mad because it took me out of like the whole movie for like a little while because it just looked terrible. Just too fake looking. I liked literally everything else about this movie though.
I
Great
thought
movie.
it was wonderful.
Even the gingerbread man part.
Even the gingerbread man.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I've not seen it. I know I've
Me
talked.
neither.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll check it out because.
You guys
I'm
haven't
actually-
seen Krampus?
You've not seen Krampus?
Yeah.
I
No,
thought everyone
I
saw Krampus.
and I've known about it forever. I've known about it since 2015, but just haven't watched it. Can you believe that's almost 10 years ago, guys? We're
That's insane.
25 here, real freaking quick. I know I've mentioned it before when it comes to Krampus, and just saying that name is so hilarious to me. Like, it just sounds silly, Krampus. Like I'm pronouncing it wrong. Like it should be Krampus or
Well, maybe.
Krampus.
Well, it is German. I'm sure it sounds a lot cooler when they say it.
Yeah, Krampus.
You sound a little Arnold
The-
Schwarzenegger there. Let's
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Get to the sleigh. The movie, or not the movie, the TV show Grimm. I've talked about this before. That's the one that I saw their version of Krampus, and I really, really like that one.
I haven't seen
I-
their version of that. I've only watched
Yeah.
like a little bit of Grimm. I have seen a little of it.
Yeah.
But not
So that
enough.
one was pretty cool. Krampus would take kids and put them in like ornaments, like which were pretty much like a wicker basket that he made, and he would hang them on the tree, like this huge tree out in the woods, and he would eat one child each night for like I don't know 7 days or however long it was.
I do remember that.
Almost
Kind
like
of,
an
yeah.
advent calendar.
It
like
was super
one-
cool.
One each
Yeah.
day, yeah.
Oh, you've been naughty.
But when I was a kid, for some reason, my dad just would not let me watch that episode. I remember you did not want me to watch that episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Now she's watching crap like the damn Substance.
I
and-
wish I watched Terrifier.
I mean,
Yeah.
the substance wasn't there. I mean, you know.
She's watched some movies that she's like, "Oh, Dad, you need to watch this," and then I start watching it, and I'm like, "Okay,
It's good though.
my
It's
daughter's
good.
watching this stuff. All right," but
She'll be fine. I was
Yeah, I
fine.
know.
I'm
She's
fine.
all right. She's a good kid.
Yeah,
I
Jen,
just
you're
love
fine.
horror movies.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say what my favorite cold movie is?
You could say whatever you want. This is a safe
Yeah.
space.
The Thing.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
like The Thing? That's my
Yeah.
favorite movie.
Now, if
Really?
Rob was here,
It's my favorite movie.
I love. Is it David Cronenberg
Love, love,
or
love.
somebody else?
I don't recall, but the original Thing.
It's not David Cronenberg, although I have made that mistake before long ago in the past. I thought it was him, but it's not. It's John Carpenter.
Yeah,
Yes,
John Carpenter.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
And I think that the guy that did the special effects, I think it was oh God, what's his name?
Savini?
Botin? No.
No.
Botin, Botin. Yeah. That guy, however you pronounce his name, did the special effects.
Botin, Beaten,
I
Blotten.
freaking love The Thing. I'm so happy that you like that.
Yeah, the Thing that's awesome. I mean, if we're
So
talking
good.
snow time, that's probably one of the
And
best ones.
you know, the practical effects is just great. I love a good practical effect.
now there's technically three things, isn't there? Isn't there one from like way back, like the 40s or something? And then
Oh,
there's
Yeah.
Then,
And
what
then
you're
there's like a prequel.
Yeah,
talking
I
about,
didn't really
like-
like the prequel.
You're talking about like the whatchamacallit, what is it, Kurt Russell?
Yes.
The 80s
Yeah,
one. I
yeah.
hope you're talking
Yeah.
about that one.
John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Helvete, kom der vekk. Det har ikke en bikkje i de. Det er en slags ting. Det imiterer en bikkje. Det er ikke mekanikk. Kom deg vekk, idioter!
I think I've got a 3-disc set, and it's got like 3 different things in it, and one of them
Oh,
is
that's
really
cool.
old. But I don't know
You
if they're all the same thing.
It's based on a book too. I can't remember the name right now. It's like who's out there or something like that. I can't remember the name. Who goes there? That might be it. And I have never read the book, but it is based on a book
Follow
apparently.
the Thing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I
And of
love
course,
that movie.
The Shining.
Well, wait a second.
Yeah.
Who told you about the Thing way back in the day?
Ah, you're dead.
This one
Uh-huh.
right here. The old man.
That's right.
Well, it's a good one. It's a good choice. I'm glad you
Yeah,
guys
I
like
I
it.
think it's probably the best out of all of the cold ones.
Yes, and the music is so good. Oh, and the end is like so. Oh my gosh, are they like who is the thing?
And I love
Maybe
movies
both
like
of
that where
them.
it's like it's paranoia mixed with like who is it? I just think those movies are so good. They always make
Yes.
like that kind of formula makes it best.
Yeah, and the
See,
creatures
I-
are so well
I
done.
feel like such an outcast because honestly, it just didn't strike me the
Love
same
it.
way as everybody
What?
else.
No,
Yeah, it just didn't. I'm not gonna say it was a bad movie or anything. It's
Dude.
just,
it's my favorite.
The Thing is iconic.
It's classic.
I mean, it's just something that I saw it. I've seen it a
Wait,
couple times.
wait,
I own it. I mean, I own a lot of stuff I don't love, but the fact of the matter is I don't know. I don't go goo over it like you guys do. And I know if Rob was here, he would
Wow.
be on the same boat with you guys. I don't know. I like the fact that it's cold because I like movies that
Yeah.
it's cold. Yeah, that's good.
I remember when I used to work at the movie theater, they said like there was this one year where they were like, I want you to pick a movie that is your favorite movie and you're gonna wear it on your name tag from now on. And I was like, oh God, because I knew what my favorite movie was The Thing. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna wear this on my name tag for this whole year, and I did.
That's
I wore
awesome.
The Thing on my name
You
tag.
were the thing.
The Thing.
Yeah.
Mine would be like Indiana Jones Temple of Doom.
That's
Too much to
a
add.
good movie.
Yep.
It's a very long name, but yeah.
Now Indiana Jones, I can get down with any time, any day.
Mm.
That's my guy. That's my all
I don't
time.
know. I don't really like Harrison Ford. He's not been in much and he hasn't done
What?
anything.
Oh, you're.
And then Indiana Jones is
Yeah.
not very good. Not as good as everybody says it is. yada yada yada,
Are
and
you
blah blah
lying?
blah. And
Because I'm about to fight you.
no, of
Yeah,
course
he's
I'm
just
not.
He's trying to
Like,
get,
I always,
he's trying to get me going.
He's the hottest man
I'm
alive.
trying to get Jake going when he picks apart an awesome movie and says I just didn't like it very much.
Well,
And I'm like,
honestly, and you know what? I do the same thing with my friends. And they
I'm
always
sorry,
hate
I've
me.
got good
I
taste.
I have a
dude,
question.
Jake's a
Speaking
lot
of-
like my dad.
speaking of- speaking
My
of
dad will
Christmas, I
recommend a
actually
movie
bought
that got like
myself
a
this for Christmas.
What is
nice
that? Oh, Indiana
signed.
Jones. Nice. Yeah. Very cool.
That is Harrison Ford's signature on that baby. I bought that for myself for Christmas, so
I
that's
wish.
Christmas related.
Jake, I have a
Nice.
question for you.
Yeah.
How long ago did you watch The Thing? Have you ever watched it?
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
probably 4 or 5 different times throughout the
Oh.
last 25 years.
So you have tried. Okay.
I mean, I've seen it a few
Just
times.
checking.
Like I said, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It just I'm
Yeah,
not like,
it just
oh
didn't
my
hit you
god.
like
I'm
it
like,
did
yeah,
to
it's
us.
okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll sit and watch it with you. But I mean, if you want to come over, we
He'd
can
fall
watch
asleep
it.
watching it with you. No,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
no
not-
big deal.
I'm not
I
mad
would
at it.
never fall asleep watching that movie. Oh my god.
I mean, I'm not mad at you guys. I mean, it's a fine movie. I'm just not like, whoa. I mean, it's you know, I don't even think it's John Carpenter's best, quite honestly.
He's done a lot of great movies. That just
So.
happens to be my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing, you know. I mean,
That's the thing.
it's just a thing. But you know, either way, do you guys have any more other cold movies or Christmas movies you would like to add to the list?
I have one. It's kind of a it's more of a thriller. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a horror, but it's on Hulu. It's called No Exit. I actually thoroughly enjoyed that one.
I think I
I've never
saw
seen
that.
it.
Give me a little bit. Give me a little bit on that.
So it's about this girl. She's like a past drug addict, and she escapes the rehab center or whatever to go see her mom, who's in the hospital. And it's snowing, and she ends up at this rest stop in like the middle of the forest. And they pretty much get snowed in, and there's like a cop there, and he's like, can't really leave, so she's pretty much stuck there with like a lot of different people. And there's like a whole killer and something.
Is that the one where it's like got all the glass walls and everything?
Well, yeah.
But it's like a storefront with all glass so you can see outdoors. Where she got like, what was that movie?
I don't know.
There was the guy that was sitting in the corner that was awfully quiet for a while.
Talking
No,
about
I think
Watchers?
you're talking about the right one.
Yeah, no, I think it's the one that she's talking about.
But there's this scene where she like, I'm just gonna say she has something wrong with her, and she takes like a sniff of cocaine and rips it out of her. It's funny.
Yeah, that sounds funny.
I mean,
I'd probably
I
laugh.
instantly thought about Ruins. You know, Ruins where they got like the vines in them, and they're like
Yeah.
pulling the vines out of
Terrible
their skin
movie,
and
great
stuff.
book.
I thought the movie was good, but you know,
If you read the book,
apparently-
you're like, this movie sucks.
I feel like these last few episodes, I'm losing a lot of steam with my opinion with you guys. But,
Aw, no.
You know,
We
I'm
still
just
value
saying.
your opinion.
I mean, it is
Except
the best
about
opinion.
the thing.
I mean, I wish people
Yeah.
would comment on this because I'm sure there's probably more people that agree with me. Well, maybe not about the things. I don't know what's up
I don't know,
with
just
that.
flip your whatever the heck that is out of the way. Yeah.
It's like annoying here, but it looks the best here, but it's kind
Yeah.
of annoying. Yeah.
The ball
Looks like
needs to
you-
be right there.
Yeah.
Next to your
Yeah.
mouth.
Anyway, yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much what I've got for Christmas cold movies. We got a few.
Well, I'm gonna
ones
watch
in there to watch.
Krampus. I'll let you
should
know.
watch
I'm gonna
it,
watch
guys.
it this.
Sure, watch
I'm gonna watch it
I'm
this.
so-
Liz and I
Krampus?
will watch
Yeah,
it.
we'll watch it.
And
one.
watch A
Good
Christmas Horror Story because Steve, I think you
Horror
really are
Story.
gonna think this is a fun movie.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
I think
That's-
you guys will think that is a fun movie. It is really, like when you get to the end, you were just like, wow, that's cool. Like it's really cool.
That's got the guy from Priceline.com.
Yeah, it's got Bill Shatner in there.
Willie
Oh,
Shatner.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I do
forgot it
love
was in that commercial.
I do like some William Shatner.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, if that's all there is, then I will say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you all. Unless you guys have
Happy
anything.
Hanukkah.
Want to tell them how you feel? Tell them how you feel. It's this time of year where we got to share our feelings. We got to, you know, it's all about the love, guys.
That's my boy right there.
I like that guy.
He's cute.
It's
I feel
awesome.
like I feel like we shop at the same hat store.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Merry Christmas. Well, guys, thank you. Jake, I'll be checking that movie out. Next time I see you, I'll be telling you all about it. How
Dude,
I thought
Christmas-
it was lackluster and
Christmas
it didn't quite do it for me, and everybody else loved it, but I just don't know why I didn't like it and everything else.
I don't know why.
Certified
you know,
hater.
I think that there's gonna be a twist in all this, and you guys are gonna realize one day that I'm right. I mean, I just think that's what's gonna happen here.
Not about the thing.
But
not about the thing.
But I called long legs though. I called long legs. The hype.
don't
The
love
hype
long
got
legs.
you all. The hype got you all, and you guys bought into the hype, and you exuded
He's right,
the hype.
unfortunately.
And when everybody, like most people, after they watched it and like the hype got gone, they were like, you know what, that actually did suck.
I'm not saying it's Casablanca. But saying it is,
I have it on
or if
Blu-ray.
you got it.
Yeah, I thought I told you.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray.
You've been literally, Steve. You've been literally saying for like 15 episodes that you need to watch that again. And you have the Blu-ray in your house.
I
The Rock and Con Air were good.
Yeah.
Bringing it
So weren't the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean,
70s were awesome.
What do you want me to say, man? I mean, Nicolas Cage kind of fizzled out for me
National
mostly in like the
Treasure?
90s.
That's why I'm saying, like, I mean,
Well, National Treasure is just like it's Tomb Raider as a dude. I mean, that's really all
Right.
it is.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, I don't think we could be further from Christmas.
Yeah.
So
We got off.
nice
topic.
hat, Jake.
Thank you.
Jen,
Thank you very
Merry
much.
Christmas. Jake, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Love you guys.
To all. Thanks to all a good night.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, I just didn't.